Hello, this is John Kitsteiner, and this is another episode of our life here on the farm. And we are in preparation mode for tree planting. And what we're doing right now is we're preparing 2 rows of trees that are going to be on our perimeter fence. You can see the road up here. We got a road that runs right along the edge of our property, long distance. It goes over the hill, back down, and about the same length, actually a little bit further down that way. And then off to this way, we got a pond up here, multiple hills, ridges, and then the tree line that goes up. And so our first project of tree planting is getting the perimeter fencing done. And along this strip right here is going to be a mix of apples and cherries and persimmons. And off to this side, which is actually just uphill, as you can see, is going to be a bunch of black locust. And our friend who has been helping us with the tractor, I want to make sure he doesn't need any help here. I think he's just moving a branch. Black locust, which are nitrogen fixing trees, a little bit faster growing than the apples and the other fruiting trees that we're putting in, will be mainly as support trees, but will also be used. What I mean by a support tree is we're going to be, once it gets to a certain height, we're going to be chopping the leaves and everything off of it, the branches, and dropping them down downhill to create a mulch, a chop and drop mulch for our other trees that are going to be going in. And so there's a whole lot of different aspects that I can go into, and I will actually share that as we do it. But what he's doing right now, he's just using it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tine cultivator. It's right at 5 feet in width. Ideally, it would be closer to 4 feet if I could choose, but you know, perfect is the enemy of good. And so I'd rather get something done than nothing, waiting and hoping for the perfect thing to come along. And so he's going to use a cultivator first, going to loosen up all the soil. I'll show you what we got down here. We actually have it's a decent soil. It's very heavy clay, but we got, of course, this area has been gone over a little bit ago, so all the worms have crawled out of it. But we actually got a lot of worms in here. A lot of this sedge, unfortunately, in this area has not been grazed down, as opposed to the other side of our property where I really hit that intensively with our sheep and our pigs, and that is doing significantly better. But we didn't have the animals out here yet for about a year, and the sedge has really popped up and is trying to take over. And so we are going to be clearing this out. Going to be after the cultivator is done with it, we're going to be using basically a rototiller and making this, chopping this up even further. Creating a nice bed to put the trees in. Then we're going to be laying a mulch of wood chips down. We're going to be inoculating everything, not only the plants that we're planting, the roots. Going to be doing a root dip with a multi-species root dip of mycelium, but we will also be inoculating all the wood chips that we put down as well, to kind of help create that communications, that mycelial communications network between all the trees that are going to be putting down, that we're going to be planting. But that is it for now, and I will give some more updates as we make progress. This is John Kitsteiner in Bulls Gap, Tennessee.